Hey everybody, it's John, and in today's Mantis Monday dry fire training to make you a better defensive shooter, we're going to work on the concept of why I say and why I have been taught that using video is incredibly important to show you where to get better, and then using micro drills can actually help you improve those things so that you're a better defensive shooter. So let's talk about it. The Mantis firearms training system is used by everyone from defensive shooters to competitive shooters to even U.S. military special forces. You can train like each one of those groups and get better between range trips. As always, I'm super grateful to the guys at Mantis. The Mantis firearms training system, I think, is a useful tool for everybody up into the advanced level shooters. And so, man, I know I'm using it all the time and I appreciate them very much. Now, today's lesson isn't going to have a whole lot of Mantis in it because it's a couple things that lead up to where the Mantis is really useful. So the first thing I want to talk about today is using videotape. So I was talking to my friend Mike Green from Green Ops when I was at the 6-hour semi-automatic pistol instructor class last week, about 2 weeks ago at this point. And one of the things that he really impressed on me is the importance of videotaping and then using that with a coach, with somebody who can help you to help you get better. So I think it's an incredibly important tool, and so I want to show you kind of what I'm working on right now and then invite you into that process as well. So here was what happened. I videotaped myself working on my draw from concealment, which right now I'm pretty consistently about a 1.2 guy. And I'm going to tell you, when I watched myself, I identified a couple of things right off the bat that I think are slowing me down. And let's watch what I did in the slow motion, and then let's talk about it. So I mean, all things considered, not bad. A 1.2 draw to first shot is fine, and I saw my dot just fine, and so I'm not worried about that. But I said it to one of my shooting mentors, Scott Jedlinski, and Jedi has really helped me with the red dot. You can find his YouTube channel over at the Modern Samurai Project, or follow him on Facebook as well. And so I sent that video to Jedi, and I said, Jedi, what do you see? And he said, I saw two things, John. He said, number one, you just have to be faster to the beep. So you have to react faster when that goes down. And number two, he says, you're pulling too much and you're going up to your sternum, or not to your sternum, but all the way to your collarbone when you really only need your sternum, and that's slowing you down. Okay, so finding now, how do I get better at that? What do we do to get better at those? And the answer really is micro drills. And when I talk about micro drills, of course, if we're doing the whole thing, right? So right now I've got one of our VP9s that HK sent me that are our training guns. And I'm just breaking these in for students to use out at the range when we do the Survive the Fight tour. And our next one is in Kansas in October. And then we have Frisco, Texas in November, and I think that's the last one for the year. So it's blocked, and there's no round in the chamber, okay? So again, if we are doing the full draw stroke, right? So here we are, we got it, we hear that beep, whatever we're gonna do, we go do it, we go bang, 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 we get done, the gun goes safely back in the holster. So that's the whole thing, right? But we can chunk that and bring it down into little bitty parts. So a couple things that Jedi really saw me doing, and I think they're right, I'm just working on them, guys. I'm not telling you I'm the world's perfect shooter. I'm working to get more excellent as well, is a couple things. Number one, when the timer goes off, and I'm just using this Pocket Pro, this is a Pocket Pro 2. I love these. They're about 110 bucks on Amazon. Super helpful as a training tool though. And so, I value this. If you can use your phone as well, there's plenty of apps for this. And one of the things that he said is, man, you just got to get going faster. And the second thing is that as I was clearing my cover garment, I am coming very high. Now, I'll tell you why I'm doing that, is I'm tending to grab here at my belly button because it's a proprioceptive index, and then to get all the way clear, though, I got to come up a little bit higher. So if I was grabbing down here at the hem, then I could just come up to here, get a full firing grip on the gun comes out, and I rock and roll. But I think I need a little bit higher because I'm grabbing from here in a defensive context so that I see the same thing every time. Honestly, I stopped doing the hem thing when I was working on some speed drills, and here's God's own honest truth, is that instead of grabbing here and coming up, I reached over and I punched myself right in the twig and berries while I was working fast, and that cured me of that habit. So At any rate, here's what I'm going to be working on this week. So when I micro drill, I'm just working on coming from, hands here, or I could come from here, whatever, grabbing this and getting a full firing grip. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to do everything else. I'm just trying to get here, boom, and go faster. So the two things that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to kind of index my pinky knuckle on my sternum. Now for me, that's like right here, and I can feel that, and I'm trying to index where that is so I can work with Scott just a little bit more and see if that does it, if I don't have any problems. So I think that it does. So that's this thing that I'm doing. I'm learning wherever I find the beep here, and then get to this spot, let the gun go, and do my work. So what that's keeping me from doing, one of the things that I saw on myself in the video that I just showed you, is it goes beep, and I went 1, 2, up to here, then threw that down, grabbed this, and went. Well, that all costs time, right? So here we go. As we work this at a slow pace, we can chunk just that bit. So we are chunking here, so I can start down here like this if I want to, no problem. When it's time to go, I grab and come to this index and get a full firing grip. That's all I need to do right now, is I am working on seeing this. When I get that go signal, come up to here and get a full firing grip. Notice I'm not going fast. I'm just working on doing it correctly. Okay, now I'm not worried about grabbing the shirt down here either. I'm trying to set up like I would in my regular life, whatever, and then grabbing and getting a full firing grip. Yep, got it, no problem. Grabbing and getting a full firing grip. Actually, my hand was a little high there. Okay, next, try it again. Grab, full firing grip, and I feel close here, not bad. So now we can start to respond, okay? So there's a micro drill for you. You can simply just clear your cover garment, get a good full firing grip on your gun. That will make you more accurate if we do this in a manner that we first slow down and really get a feel for it. Great. We slow down, we get a feel for it. Good. We reset everything, we get a feel for it. Good, and I'm in that good spot. And we work that 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 times. And guess what, guys? You can get dressed during the day, and you can do these 10, 15, 20 reps before you leave the house for the day. You don't even have to really do anything. You're not pulling a gun, you're not drawing a firearm, you're just getting to that full firing grip. So, okay, cool. Now, I'm going to actually use my timer here, because now, again, one of the things that we do is that we start slow. But you've heard the adage, I'm going to do some video about this, that I think it's a misnomer that slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Slow is slow and fast is fast. And smooth tends to show me that I'm doing things efficiently, but I can be smooth and slow, or I can be jerky and fast at some level. But however, efficient is what I'm after. So we're going to actually have to speed it up. So all I'm doing here on my Pocket Pro right now is I'm just getting a beep. And that beep is between 1 and 4 seconds away. I come here from this spot, and then I want to get to my grip as quickly as I can, right? So I want to set everything up like I want, get the full firing grip, and get a full grip on the gun. Get a full grip on the gun, so the gun is in the same place every time we go from here. Now, I'm working right now to be faster to it. So I'm actually recording myself as I go, and actually this video will be a part of my training repertoire. It's not in high speed, I'm not in slow-mo. But, it's good for me to help. So I'm working to get myself to the gun at the end of the beep. I'm not there yet, but it looks something like this when you start working fast, right? Okay, I'm still slow, but I'm a little better, and I was a little high there. So I started working a little faster. Now, I'm going to work at a medium speed here. Not fast, not try to get it as fast as I can. Okay, so it was a little faster, but I made sure I hit my right spot on my index. Let's try it again. Okay, so it was a little faster yet. I'm still not at the speed that I want. Okay, getting a little bit better. Feeling good about that. That's actually a pretty good start. Feel like I was maybe, instead of 0.3, the beep is 0.3, I was maybe 0.4, 4.5, 4.5. I'd have to record to see that. But that's a micro drill that you can do. Again, I can just go, oh, and here I am to here, make sure that I'm completely clear of my cover garment. There's a micro drill. I can just go, all right, the only thing I'm trying to do here, hit that, and get the right index. Boom, got it. Got exactly where I wanted to go, and went quickly. Cool, there's a micro drill. Here we go. There it is. See, again, now is this like USPSA level stuff? Well, no, because you're not going to be shooting from concealment, but this is my EDC. This is me trying to get better as a concealed carrier. So that could be something we just work on. There it is. Now, I could, if I wanted to, I could make that a different style. So I can, one of the things that I'm doing here is go and go 2. So I'm going 1, 2, hands come up together. 2, 2, hands get together. Push out together. Hands come back, do their thing. So I could do a second one where I have the gun here. I have my cover garment indexed correctly, gun in hand, and I go put the hands together. That's all I'm doing today. Gather it back up. Put the hands together. Okay, good. Gather it back up. Now, how are you going to do that for your own self? How are you going to do that in your life? Well, I'd highly recommend take a video of yourself, slow-mo if at all possible, so you can really kind of see what's going on. And then watch it yourself. You might be able to identify kind of where you're having a hard time and fix it. Or send it to your coach, send it to your teacher, send it to whoever's teaching you firearms, and have them give you some advice on how to get better and how to get faster. That's why I'm working on the timer. That's, like I say, my coaches, some guys that I really respect who helped me with shooting, Mike Green and Scott Jedlinski and a couple of others, Steve Fisher, guys like that, who I really trust to be honest with me and say, John, here's where you need to advance. Guys like, of course, Tom Givens, Masad Ayub, Lee Weems, John Hearn, guys like that who are really high-level shooters. Tim Reedy, guys that I really respect. Brian Hill, how did I forget Brian Hill, for gracious sakes, the dry fire master. Those are the guys that I go, hey, tell me what you think of this and how I can get better, how I can get faster, and then listen to them. So this week, here is my goal for you. Take a video of yourself. If you don't have a tripod, I did it I can't show you the tripod, the phone's on the tripod. But I got a tripod off Amazon for like 25 bucks. And that's what I use to film all this stuff too. And I just got a little smartphone adapter, put the smartphone on it, hit the record button and go. If you don't have that, get you a Mark 1 Mod 0 spouse or child or roommate or classmate. Obviously you don't want to do it in class, right? Don't be pulling guns in school, friends. But, whoever is around, neighbor, friend, whatever, strap it to the dog and make him sit. I don't care. And take the video and then watch it. And then hopefully send it to your coach, kind of identify what you're doing, and then work on a micro drill this week. And again, my goal is always 200 reps, 30 reps every single day. Hope it helps you get faster. And again, so as we keep moving through this, there are micro drills as well that we can get gun in hand and that we put our Mantis unit on our gun and we can then work on our press out. We can work on our trigger manipulations. We can work on our reloads. We can work on a ton of stuff. This particular one because we are working just out of the holster and not even working out of the holster, but working to the holster. The Mantis unit's not going to help us particularly on this one, but as always, we appreciate them. I think it's an incredibly useful tool for the vast majority of shooters to help them to get better, and that's why I recommend it, and that's why we asked them to be a sponsor. So this week, guys, let's get some micro drills in. Let's get better with our defensive shooting, and let's get better in case, God forbid, we ever have to defend ourselves against a deadly threat.